Okay. Let's do Bobby Bones conspiracies. Here's the brief introduction. Over the past few years, more and more people have become related to me. More and more people have dated someone that I went to high school with. By the way, it's almost all bullcrap. I have more cousins than I don't even have that many cousins because I have double cousins. That kind of shuts down the cousins thing. Because my mom and her sister married my biological father and his brother.
Yeah.
And so that's not incest. Stop looking at me like that.
It's
It's
not.
two brothers marrying two sisters, but it limits your ability to have cousins.
Yeah, it's not normal, but it's not incest.
Stop looking at me like that. I'm talking to just the general public listening to this. So, that being said, let's start with conspiracies. Mike D has found these. Mike D, give me the first one.
Bobby is actually 5'9" and lies about being 6 foot tall.
Whoa!
And sometimes wears lifts or cowboy boots to hide this fact.
Come on. I might have started.
Cowboy boots.
I may have started
okay.
this one.
And he sent this in. Well, no one sent it in. This has been posted on many of the places. Facebook, message boards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am how tall?
5'9".
I'll say this. Ray's smiling really big because he's the 5'7" guy, 5'6" guy. I've been measured on this show multiple times. If I were 5'11", I would lie and say 6 foot. There's not a 5'11" guy that exists. Because if you're 5'11", you just lie and say 6 foot.
Oh, I'm 5'11".
Which means you're 5'10". See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I never wear cowboy boots.
Right.
The one time that I wore cowboy boots, I was Willie Nelson to Eddie's
Julio Iglesias.
For
Halloween.
I'm not a cowboy boot guy. So I don't wear lifts. If anything, look at my shoes on Instagram, especially from spring all the way until winter. I have the same pair of white flip-flop sandals.
They are little platform.
They are, but I'm like 6'2" in them.
Okay, but yeah. So what you do though is you are 6 foot, 100%, no doubt. But you say you're 6'1" sometimes.
But in shoes, I'm 6'1".
In shoes.
At the doctor, they measure me at 6'1" if I'm wearing tennis shoes.
Okay.
That's why I come back and go, look at this. But yes, no, I'm not 5'9". That if they would have said 5'10" and a half or 5'11", I could have been like, okay, I understand what you're saying. But 5'9", there's no chance. I'm a pretty tall guy. It is what it is. So that conspiracy, wrong. Next one.
You're not really from the South, and your accent is fake. The Arkansas story was created as a narrative, and this was done by the country music establishment to put one in their place.
What? Where are you from then?
Hey, I wouldn't put it past that country music establishment. You know what I'm
The
saying?
country music establishment hates me. That's the weird thing. If the country music establishment, if
Who is
Music
that?
Row, if the executives were picking someone, I'm the wrong guy. They have always been at odds with me because I've come in and said, you guys don't even know what country music listeners want. Like, you're forcing things down their throat that they don't even want. I am so from Arkansas. I mean, I have a tattoo on my arm. I don't even know what to say about this because it's the only place I lived until I was 22 years old. I'd really almost never been out of the state until then.
Yeah, I mean, and we've visited Mountain Pine. We can vouch for you. You're from there.
Yes, I met your stepdad.
Yeah, and your sister.
And your
They're all
sister.
actors.
And your
They're
cousin.
still
They're
in
all
Arkansas.
actors.
We literally call your stepdad Arkansas Keith.
Is that just next level thinking? The accent thing is funny because if I'm being completely honest, I tried to lose my accent for years because as I was going to college, I went to a speech pathologist who I said, hey, when I do radio, I'm going to have to move around. I need to lose my accent. So I tried to lose the effect on my eyes, which as I speak to you now, I say I, but how I grew up, I said ah. Or my INGs, because as a kid, I would go fishing. But now as a professional broadcaster, I go fishing. So I did try to lose my accent, but the other way. Now I just embrace at who I am, and I don't care as much anymore.
Yeah, it mostly comes out if you're tired.
Which I am today.
Tired.
I am tired today. That's a funny one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's one I've never heard before. You
Next-
even have a sign going into your hometown of Bobby Bones, Mountain Pine, Arkansas, population 7.
Yeah,
whatever.
but that could have just been made up. You know
Hey.
what I'm saying?
Like
That's
how? Okay.
I should just walk people through my life. Go ahead. Let me finish these, and I'll do a quick walkthrough. Go ahead.
You are actually rich, and you grew up rich. If not rich, really well off.
I just wonder where the money would have come from.
From your parents that were clearly super successful in Ohio or something like that.
Oh, true. My fictional
from the north.
This is a good spot here to walk people through just my life a little bit. My grandmother was a single mom because her husband, my grandfather, died when my mom was 8. He died of cancer. So she was a single mom with 4 kids. They obviously struggled financially. My mom got pregnant with me when she was 15. So she had no money, and she had me right after her 16th birthday. And my biological father was 17. So, which I've chronicled a lot through the years of doing this show. I was raised extremely poor. My biological father left when I was 5 or 6 years old. So he's out of the picture. And my mom was raising me by herself and with my grandmother. My grandmother adopted me for a while. My mom, raised me with aunts, and we moved around, lived with cousins. Some of those double cousins, we lived together for a while. It was mostly just mix and match and have a place to live for as long as possible until you found another place to live. Lived in multiple trailers and trailer parks, apartments. It was all really tough until Arkansas Keith came along, which was the first stability in my life when I was like 13, though. So he worked at the sawmill. My mom, I can never remember my mom working. She learned how to do nails, which by God, she practiced on me, and it was miserable. I would go to school with like fingernail polish still on my hands that I couldn't get off. So I don't know where the money comes from, where people go like he was well off, because there was nobody. I didn't have any relatives that died and left me any money. So that one's always weird to me. And I've heard that before. It's like, oh, I'm his cousin. So that one's not true. But I wish I knew where the basis of that was from. Like, I've showed every house that I've lived in. I've taken cameras to Mountain Pine and been like, this is where I lived with my grandma. We moved over here with Arkansas Keith. So, yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to even. I could understand the height one, because I can lie about that pretty easily if I did wear cowboy boots. The other one's a little QAnon-ish. The one about me not being from Arkansas, and but the money one's weird because, I know too much about food stamps, welfare, Social Security. I know too much about that for it not to have happened to me. But anything else that we need to say about this one?
No, I think we've witnessed how you carried that until recently. And of course, now that you're married and you've gotten better at it, but like for years, you overpaid all your bills. Like, companies had to reach out to you and be like, stop overpaying, but you were overpaying out of fear of not being able to pay one day. And so that way, if you had like a pile saved up through the company, like your water bill, your electric bill, all the things, like you do that because of the insecurities you felt as a child.
I sent a note to a new therapist because Caitlin's like, you should probably go back. And I still struggle with, I'm so far separated from that because I've been pretty successful now for 10 years, would you say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Wow, pretty.
Where I shouldn't have to worry about that anymore, but I still do. But okay, thank you, Mike. I did not grow up a rich kid, but thank you for that note. The last one.
Your glasses are fake. Your vision is good, and you only wear them for style and image.
Is that one
What's
true?
the image, though? What's the image?
Nerdy guy, right?
Yeah.
Nerdy.
Like, if I were going to have an image, it wouldn't. There's a lot of images I would pick before this face and these glasses here. Here we go again. Here is my story of my glasses. Indulge me for 1 second, okay?
Yes, please.
As a young kid, because I do see where this could come from because I didn't wear glasses for a lot of my life. So let me walk you through this. As a young kid, 5, 6 years old, I had to wear a patch because my right eye was so bad. They said, you need to wear a patch. I would wear that patch, and I got beat up on the school bus because there's a little stinky kid wearing a patch. What do? You beat him up. And that kid was me. So I stopped wearing the patch, and I was like, I'm out of here. They put a patch on my good eye, hopefully to improve my bad eye. But I refused to wear it because I was just getting pounded at school. Now, my good eye was still good, and my bad eye was so bad that glasses wouldn't help it. It's still the case today. So I was like, I don't need to wear glasses. I don't want to get... When I did try to wear glasses once, the kid broke them and threw them off the school bus. I was like, I'm not wearing glasses. I'm not wearing a patch. I'm just going to be normal. So I had one great eye and one eye that didn't work at all. As I got older and I could actually afford to go to an eye doctor, they said, hey, you need to protect your good eye. You need to wear glasses just for protection. They don't help your bad eye, because that's in your brain. It's not an eyeball thing. It's a brain thing. And so I wore glasses to protect my good eye. But then now that I'm older, my good eye's not doing good.
So you have a prescription.
So I have one eye. Oh, yeah, it's heavy. I have one eye that doesn't work at all. Prescription does not help it. And then one eye, which is actually not great anymore either. But Amy, would you like to put on my glasses and
Sure. I mean, I can
me?
vouch
Here.
for you. But also, I would say that you married Caitlin,
an
and her
eye
dad
doctor.
is an optometrist,
Yeah.
which is an eye doctor, and he's examined you.
And I'm colorblind, which is...
Or are you making that up too?
I know, right? I can't read anything on my papers, so if Amy has my glasses now.
Oh, my God.
What do you see, Amy?
Oh, this is... Like, if I kept these on, I would for sure get a headache. And Bobby's blurry. I can't... Clearly, I have 20/20 vision.
Okay.
So, okay. But yeah, that blurry. You're blurry.
Okay. Good?
Yeah.
Do you vouch for that one?
I vouch.
Well, I can assure you guys that none of those conspiracy theories are true. I appreciate them. I will only address them every 5 or 6 months. But I don't have any cousins. Everybody has a cousin. Everybody has somebody that knew me from back in the day that didn't really know me. My eyes are good. Didn't grow up a rich kid.
You're 6
I'm
foot.
6 foot tall. I think I'm 6'1". I'll be honest. I think I'm getting taller.
You're 6 foot.
Yeah.
No, what happens with age
You're
is you
not
get
getting
shorter.
taller.
I think I'm getting taller. What was the other one, Mike?
Your accent.
And my accent is not as thick as it used to be. I would say it's actually going the other way. Okay. Thank you for all of... no, not
Wait,
thank you.
thank you?
Screw you guys for putting those up. I have to come on here and defend them. But that's what's up. Those are conspiracy theories. Thank you.
This is a Bobby Bones Show.